example of staying here. Right. Hello, everyone. My name is Hong Tang. I'm an engineering professor at Yale and co-founder of LumiQuan. LumiQuan is building superconducting single-photon camera for quantum computing, secure communication, and ultra-low light imaging. See how it works? This is not a blank screen. If you look carefully, there's a pixel over there. So at the blink of your eye, this pixel emits 10 billion photons. Now, imagine that if we replace a pixel with a qubit and emit one photon at a time, your normal camera is not going to see it. So what you need is a camera that can detect a single photon at a picosecond. And our vision is to build a million pixel single photon camera for quantum technology and photon-starved imaging. The market for superconducting detectors is predicted to reach $4 billion. And the area that we captured enabled, including quantum computing. For example, our device can address a large number of qubits, and that helps to scale up the size of quantum computers. And for secure communications, it will drastically increase the communication rate. For medical imaging, our camera allows you to see deeper into the tissue with much lower dose. So the recent market report by McKinsey showed the $4 billion cover all those areas in 2035. LumiQuan is well positioned to capture this opportunity. So our technology is based on superconductors. Compared to conventional semiconductor detector like what you have in your cell phone cameras, the superconductor has an energy gap about 1,000 times smaller than semiconductor. This is why we have a single photon sensitivity and with a very low noise. Superconducting single photon detector today typically sold are the single pixel devices, very expensive, $18,000 each pixel. Unique to our approach is a combination of a higher TC superconductors, innovative interconnect architecture, and most importantly, scalable fabrication. So over the past year, we've been working with NY-CRIS to scale up our detector fabrication to 300 millimeter wafers. Because our process is compatible with the semiconductor foundries, we offer a very clear path to million pixel cameras. We formed LumiQuan in this spring, and our path actually started more than a decade ago with the concept paper published in 2012. And since then, this work had led us to several US patents, DARPA funding, and a major contract from DoD's Microelectronics Commons program. We hope to demonstrate 1 million pixel camera in the year of 2030. We're in active discussion with leaders of the field to establish demos and use cases. We believe that this single photon camera will be foundational platform for next generation quantum computing and imaging applications. We have a strong team. The team brings together the expertise, includes superconducting detectors, semiconductor manufacturing, cryogenics, and the system level integration. And here's the barcode and with a link to our website. Thank you very much.
Could you say a few words more about how this would enable quantum computing? Like the partnerships you mentioned with PsiQuantum and others?
Can you repeat that question?
Can you say more about how this would benefit quantum computing? Because you mentioned you had some collaborations going with PsiQuantum and other quantum computing companies.
So, for example, like atom computing, we talked to them. They want to address many qubits at the same time with very little noise. And this camera will be ideal situation to read all the qubits at the same time. So for any qubits that emit photons, our camera will be useful for them. For ion trap, we're working with the Air Force and try to use this camera for their ion trap computers.
So for that purpose, how much better is this than what they're doing?
A lot better. So these have a single photon sensitivity, very fast picosecond time, response time, and also very low dark count. So that will reduce the error in quantum computing.
Okay, so if you are doing millions of gate operations in a quantum computer, in order to read these things, you would need to be able to do that.
You would need extra circuits in combination with our camera technology.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm interested in the quantum computing relationships as well, because it sounds like what you're saying is you're a massive enabling technology for those platforms on the whole. So how are you planning on working with them in that regard? If you're saying, fundamentally then kind of not going to get there without a technology like this, how are you going to capture that value? What's that relationship going to look like?
That's a very good question. We'll start with a smaller number of pixels, 100,000. So right now, that's the level typical startup company and a medium-sized company. That's the number of qubits they have, and that's the number of pixels we're going to interface with their qubit system. And that's the first stage we are engaging.
But even in the fullness of time, do you just hope to be a sub-component provider, or do you look to be kind of somehow capturing more?
Well, in this field, a lot of companies themselves are demonstrating proof of principles, and these will elevate their capability to the next level of integration. So it will be like you have a cubic layer, and this will be the detection layer. Cubic and the detectors are like twins, the inseparable partners.
How scalable is this technology, and what were you showing earlier when you were coming in? Is that the device itself?
It's not the device itself. This is the size of a wafer we use to fabricate the device. Imagine these would have many billions of our detector on it. And that's the same wafer our students processing right now.
How long does it take to process a wafer of that size?
It's pretty fast because our layer, we had less than 10 layers. So those are much faster than what you have to build, like your cell phone chips or your GPU chips.
Last question.
I'll ask, what's your, sorry, was there somebody else to ask a question?
If I remember correctly, you're able to tune detection of different wavelengths?
Different colors.
Yeah, can you elaborate on that?
Yes, so many quantum computing applications, you would need a different color of laser. So blue, green, red, and our detector is broadband, can sense any color of light. They all are the single photon sensitivity.